hello. Before the run begins, I am going to link this in the chat. This is a straw poll to the tunic. Later on in the run, there's a choice between red and blue tunic. We'll explain more about what they are, but go ahead and cast your votes, and when we actually get there, we'll determine which tunic I'll be getting in the run.
You just go get the sword at 20, and then bam, you're done.
Yeah, and then we're also going to be doing some cool routing where we're going to route in getting the 5 and 10 seashell rewards, which will reward us with an extra seashell. And Mchan's going to be doing trying to attempt to do a 50-50 trick called rupee duplication. Essentially, if you have your shield and link go below a rupee, every other frame, known as a frame rule, there will be a chance that the rupee will can be considered as 2, and so you can use that to get rupees a lot quicker. And then
we got pretty good luck this time.
yeah, the grass is not like Mchan though.
Okay, we're
It's
good.
fine, this is normal. Spoilers. God.
Normally in PB attempts that'd be a reset, but we're just showing off the run, so it's okay.
This isn't a PB, this is entertainment. This is content.
Oh yeah, also by the way, this game teaches you good morals.
Yeah. Oh no, I just died, guys.
Oh
Spoiler.
no, but you know what the real moral is? You never need to learn your lessons, because they just let you back in.
Oh, because you're dead.
Yeah, and you keep the item too.
Though what we will be getting soon enough is the most broken item in Zelda, the Rock's Feather.
What does that do?
It allows you to jump. It's the most important
allows you
video
to
game
jump.
mechanic.
This isn't Smash. Zelda can't
Select-
jump.
Well, if you have multiple songs.
Yeah.
You have
Okay.
more than
So
one.
wait, actually, I forgot something. Dang, you guys were supposed to remind me.
Yes.
You're the runner. Why would we remind you of anything? Good God.
Yes. Shout out to Saga.
Okay, so so that's a very common mistake. Thankfully, I noticed it right away instead of at the very end. It's one of the major roadblocks for new runners is forgetting to open up the dungeon. So
One of the major roadblocks for running this game is realizing that you did the route right, and you think you did it wrong. That's faster than going to the warp screen after Dungeon 2.
So yeah, in this cutscene, it turns out that the mouse had fallen off the mountain, floated all the way down here to Martha's Bay, got hooked by the fisherman, and the fisherman was so surprised that he caught a dead mouse that he fell in the water.
And then Link just kind of holds out his sword. Also, I want to know what's the first time for Mchan for this trick here.
I get it. Okay, nice. First try.
So that's a trick called early lens, and what we do to do that is normally we need the hook shot to get to there, but we use a cleverly done shield bump to get clipped into the wall without being in the water, and then doing a super jump from there, and that skips needing the hook shot to get the lens, which will allow us to get the boomerang, and it'll allow us to do a trick later called early hook shot.
Also, how does that guy live in that house? There's cracks on the floor, which create pits and all that, and then there's cobwebs.
He's probably been dead for years.
Yeah, how dare you accuse him of not taking care of his house when he's been dead, legitimately dead?
He literally says
a-
nothing changed.
That's because he recognizes it as his house. He doesn't realize that it's falling apart. How dare you shame ghosts for not taking care of their house? I'm gonna call the
Yeah.
ghost union on you.
Here's the thing. So now, what seems like the hardest puzzle is actually pretty easy. You just hit the 4 directional points and you'll get it every time. And then you can just abuse that. And then this boss fight makes 0 sense.
We got good RNG. Okay, so looking at the straw poll right
It's red
now,
tunic.
we are going to get red tunic.
Yes, and you better be mashing A.
If you get Blue, I swear I'm never gonna let you live it down.
The
So
entire LADX community will not let you live it down. You almost picked blue.
in PB attempts, I only ever pick blue tunic. So this is gonna be fun.
It
So-
changes like one thing, or one of the blocks that you can push.
Or a push block. And you afterwards then change to, after you jump, hold forward.
Second try.
It will act like you are jumping off of a cliff like you would for a super jump. Which is, that is actually the first iteration of a super jump.
So what happened there is you have if you have a 50% chance for either of the horse heads to line up, which means that you have a 25% chance for both of them to line up at the same time.
Abuse how the game's values work with certain rooms. So for instance, some rooms are assigned keys and some are assigned a specific item. And so a specific item drop in the Master's Outpost room is the hookshot. And so if we bring the key over to that room by using the boomerang, we can get the hookshot without ever having to fight Master's Outpost. And so if done correctly, it is a 50-50 shot to work. So as you can see, Mchan's not getting it because, much like rupee duplication, it is based on your frame rule,
Oh my gosh.
every other frame. The only detrimental part is if you screw up the timing or positioning, you will pick up the key and then you will have to do the entirety of Dungeon 5. And how much time does it?
Okay, there we go.
Matt?
Something like 2 minutes or something like that. Or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you basically have to go through the entire dungeon. And it loses like 15 or so seconds every time you fail it.
Yeah. So I got it fourth try, which is pretty unfortunate, but it does happen.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, so in the dungeon itself, it saves like 3-ish minutes, but the trick overall saves a minute because we did have to take the time to set up ourselves with early lens. Okay, so real quick, I did a safety save there because if I fail it, it'll lose me less time to do a save there. And here we go.
Yeah, so this is Rooster Skip. Essentially, we're going to be abusing a trick called the hookshot jump, where if you frame perfectly jump right as the hookshot returns to Link, considers Link grounded, and so you can
Alright,
jump out
awesome.
of that. So what he did was the buffered method, with save and quits and the map. In fact, there's actually a way to do it unbuffered, which is double frame perfect, since you have to do 2 hookshot jumps. Goomba Surf, you don't need to do it. The difference between, because we're gonna be doing a strat with the hookshot, it's not that much faster, but if you want to do it.
Alright, first try.
Yeah, that's
5,
a good elbow.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, hello everyone.
Okay.
My name's
Alright, one more thing, I need to hear this real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so some introductions. The runner here, 238. We got Phantom Matt, and then there's me. We're commentating. This is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
I arguably wouldn't say that they buffed the boss fights. Made
Nerfed
sure that they
everything.
weren't OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 2 spin attacks here because it requires 4 hits to beat him again, but if you hit Moldorm a third, oh, that's not good. Okay, so this is what happens when you fall down. You'll get knocked down in here, and then now we gotta try to fight again. Okay, so now we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna buy some bombs, because we need them in order to complete the next dungeon. We're gonna get this shovel. I'm gonna do this real quick. It's 200 rupees. We don't have 200 rupees, but yeah, I'm gonna walk away with it.
He's a thief. Everyone shame this man.
Oh no, the shopkeeper's not happy. Oh no, he killed me. Wow. Well, this run's dead.
No,
I just lost, like-
I'm still alive. You're.
Alright, so now we got the bow. It is 980 rupees. Again, don't have that, but I'm just gonna walk away with it.
I also gotta say, you're a poor date, man. You don't even get her any dinner, you don't get her anything to drink, you get nothing. All you do is just walk around with her. God.
I'm sorry.
Treat a girl to a good time. At least make her some pierogi or something.
Okay, so now we're going to fight the mini-boss of this dungeon, which is Cue Ball. Now, of all the bosses that they made worse, this boss is probably one of the worst bosses in this game.
Why? Because he doesn't let you just sit in the corner and kill him? Ah, man, they made him have a fighting chance.
Alright, so this is a boss that you didn't see in LADX. This is Smasher. What can you say about Smasher, Matt?
He doesn't exist for me.
No, he doesn't exist? Well, you're looking at him right now.
It's a weird stingray thing with a giant steel ball. That's all
Oh yeah? Did you destroy that streamer? You kicked that streamer's butt live on his stream? Did you show him what's what? All stages and all items? Oh man. Did y'all play on Great Cave of Offensive? Regular Great Cave of Offensive? With all the lava? No? Oh, thank God. That stage is the worst stage ever. Like, I used to think Hanenbo was like the worst stage back in Brawl. And then Great Cave Offensive in Smash 4. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody left that stage off, because that stage is a big no-no. Actually, no. The worst stage is 75 meters. Very, very small platforms. There's the DK on the top of the stage, the fireballs, and it's just, you hardly have any room to fight on. Hard to say which one's actually my favorite stage, because most of the time whenever I'm playing Smash, I play on Omega form. So it's hard to say which one I like, which stage I like. I definitely don't like the big stages because, well, at least when you're playing competitive, the big stages aren't very good because it's hard to kill your opponents. And what is T and C? Oh, okay. Talon Say is okay. I like Smashville more though. Windy Hill Zone is good, mainly because Windy Hill Zone is Rooftop Run, and Rooftop Run is like my favorite game in Sonic. The best part is that it's the Generations version of Windy Hill, or of Rooftop Run. What? That was gonna happen eventually. I remember my favorite stage in Brawl used to be WarioWare Incorporation, because in that stage you get to play all those micro games. And so that stage was like just completely 100% luck based because of the micro games. Like if you like win the micro games, you could, the fun is if you like win the micro games, like everybody could like gain invincibility, and then you just can't do anything because everybody's invincible. But then like the worst is when it's don't move and someone cheats and actually moves kill you for not moving. Like everybody wants Waluigi, but Waluigi is an assist trophy, which means he's not going to be a playable character. It wouldn't make sense for Waluigi to be a assist trophy and a playable character at the same time. It's the biggest middle finger to the fans. Oh, he said that? Okay. I mean, I guess I can add Geno as part of the mains for me. I can imagine Geno's moveset to be pretty powerful if they decide to add Geno in. Like, I would try out all the new characters like once or twice and think like, these characters are okay. And then I just go back to using Yoshi. I don't know. I just play well with Yoshi out of like every other character. There were trophies? I don't remember them being trophies. You mean trophies as in like collections? If so, then yeah. But if they're assist trophies, then I don't remember them being assist trophies at all. Oh, collection trophy. Yeah, collection trophies. Yeah, any character can be a collection trophy. There's definitely collection trophies of like several different Marios and several different Links and several different Zeldas. So yeah, a character who has a collection of trophies can definitely be a player. Dude, I haven't tried out Byleth yet. I definitely tried out Banjo-Kazooie though. And Banjo-Kazooie is okay. Yeah, Sheik as Geno and that level is weird. Some of the spirit levels, they make really weird character choices, but you cannot use them in spirit battles. I use that Geno spirit all the time in World of Light because it's so powerful. You get such a good attack boost. There's one Castlevania character that I really wish that they added, and they're probably not going to add it at all, is Shinoa from Order of Ecclesia, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to add her in Smash. That's not the reason why, but sure. Plague Knight? Is that Shovel Knight? Or at least one of the Shovel Knights? Oh, okay. I got it right. I actually knew what something is without even playing it. Shovel Knight is on my wish list at the moment, but there's plenty of other games before Shovel Knight that's also on my wish list that I want to try out. A game that's actually like the topmost thing on my wish list is Tales of Berseria, but that game's expensive on Steam right now, so it's like I'm trying to save my money for that. I also want to get A Hat in Time, and then maybe Binding of Isaac. People have been talking about Binding of Isaac recently, and I've been watching people play it, and it looks pretty fun. And then maybe Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight looks pretty interesting too. Sick, right? Yeah? Is there a game in particular you're, like, looking into? You can look into NSLU, now that you've done runs of NSMBU. My philosophy is that because NSMBU and NSLU are kinda similar as far as routes go, I feel like anybody who runs Mario should at least try NSLU at least once or twice. And vice versa. Yeah, you could learn a longer category of. Like, you don't always have to run like the shortest category of a speedrun. You can always like learn a non-default category that's not any percent, and then like play for the content. Yeah, All Castles. All Castles is fun. All Castles is objectively better than like it's an easier run. Shout out to Romain. Also, what the heck? He's playing Ultimate. I told him on Twitter to invite me, but next time he's playing Ultimate, he didn't even invite me. Bruh, this guy. Dude, it took me a long time to finally figure out what IIRC means. I've always thought it had to be some kind of internet client, because that's what IRC is. I was so bored, people kept typing that in Discord, and I finally just had the desire to look it up. I looked up what VAC means because I didn't know what that meant for a long time. I remember people kept spamming VAC PogChamp whenever someone does some unusual and a glitchless speedrun. I will do that. I've thought about doing a category where it's like 100% plus all the hidden Luigis.
So there's gonna be a little bit of setup here. First thing is going to go ahead and delete my file, just so we have a clear file here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set my options. This fight can be scary because the Weedle's Poison Sting has a chance to poison me. Also, that was kind of bad. Alright, I'm going to heal, because if I do get hit by Poison Sting again and I get poisoned, then I die. Or if I get crit and I get poisoned. Okay, so it's a good thing that I did heal. I could actually heal it off with the antidote that I just picked up. But then I also risk getting a chance to get poisoned again, which would then force me to have to use the Pokemon Center as soon as I get to Pewter City, which would not be very good. it loses a lot of time. Alright, so we're gonna praise Helix, right? Just kidding. Some people are probably gonna be upset about that. But, that actually does lose time. Because it does give me an extra chance at running to encounter. But we got no encounters, so we didn't lose time. Alright, so blue, round 3, technically round 4. There's actually an optional rival fight that we didn't actually go to. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, well, there's actually an optional rival fight that we didn't go to, and that fight's actually really hard. You don't want to actually fight that at all. And so it's completely optional anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. That's nice. Okay, hopefully... Okay, so I did get Sand Attack, so hopefully I don't miss. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is actually not good. Oh no. That's not good. Okay, so... Unfortunately, I did not save. Which probably means that... Oh man. This is actually not good. So, this type of situation is not very likely. And that's just very unfortunate that I even got into this situation. My last save was at Rocket. The Mount Moon Rocket. So, this is actually really bad. Alright, now I actually don't know what to do. So when you lose, you actually lose half your money. And that's really bad because money management is really tight in the route. So because I lost half my money, I'm gonna have to figure out something. And this is a situation that I have never been in at all. So, we'll have to figure out something here. Just gotta make our way back for now. I think this means my XP route's gonna be off too, because I did KO a couple Pokemon already. Okay, so there's gonna be like a couple backup strats that I can think of, but I don't know if it'll be enough. If they will be enough to help me get back on track with where I want to be. This is one of the dangers of running this in a no reset situation. It is always in some danger of, you know, something going wrong. And in my case, that just happened to be it right there. And the fact that I didn't save because I wasn't counting on myself dying there, that it didn't make things any better. So we're gonna go here. This is something you don't really do unless you have instant text and you're at really low HP. Like, this would be like a safety strat if you're going for like if you're going for safety. Because what's gonna happen here, okay, so I'm gonna have a couple extra levels now. So I'm gonna be a couple extra levels higher than I'd like to be, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Like, I'm gonna get the I got the rare candy in that room, but which I'm going to use, and hopefully this does not mess things up too badly.
Yeah. All right. With that, let's go and do our introductions now. My name is Mchan.
I am Pretends to Know.
And I'm UVideo.
Right. So, another thing that they added in this version is you can choose which character you want to play as. In the original, it was only just Luigi, but we can choose any character now. And there is no donation bid war or anything like that, so before the event, I made a poll as to like which character you guys want me to use, and based on the results, you guys want me to use Toadette. So thank you guys so much for voting for Toadette. We now have a speed run.
I voted for Toadette.
So thank you guys. Alright, here we go. Okay, please move. I would like you to move. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes if you spend long enough, it is just better to just run into the enemies, but sometimes you just don't want to.
Okay.
Well, that worked.
This is not good. At this point, this would have been just not the same time as if I ran to one of the enemies. Okay, so we made it through, but we still lost a lot of time, which is unfortunate. But that is what happens in this category. All right, so Kamek is a great boss. He is a fantastic boss. He has 0 RNG, and nothing ever goes wrong in this fight.
Easiest fight of the room.
Oh, baby. Okay, never mind. Okay, and then this third hit is always the same. Alright, so we got the backup hit on the second hit. So actually it's a pure guessing game pretty much. Basically you just pick a side and then you have a 50% chance of getting it right. And then that's for the first 2 hits, and then the third is always the same. He always spawns in the middle. If you miss,
I don't think I've ever seen anyone get him like not on the first spawn, like on the second hit. That was pretty cool.
If you miss like I did, I guessed wrong on the second hit, and so if that happens, there is a backup strat which I did get, and you can't always get that backup hit because it's random. So there's these fireballs and they have random patterns. There's about 3 random patterns to look out for, and one of them is the fastest pattern, and it saves like 2 seconds over the worst pattern.
Yeah, there's like a good, a medium, and a bad.
Okay, so we got the worst pattern. So we have to wait for 4 fireballs, and then safely go up. You can go up as soon as there's an opening, but that's really risky because because you're on the very top of the screen, it's really hard to react if there's a fireball in your way. So it's really easy to get hit.
Those fireballs have hitboxes even if they're off screen.
Yeah, exactly.